Car Mechanic Simulator. I am your host, Jego107, the Howling White Wolf of YouTube. As soon as my phone will friggin' cooperate. Come on now, there we go. Pause that, get the live chat up. Okay, got chat up on my phone. Okay, as you'll see in the description, I was finally able to get the last expansion to my garage here. I've got the third lifter now. I've got the paint shop, got a car in there. I've got, this is, I believe, a dyno testing area. I've got the interior detailing toolkit. I've got a battery charger now. I've got a welder. This stuff was here before. Garage look customization, which I think I'll be using at some point. In here, which I believe has been here for a while, this is like a suspension testing or some kind of a testing track kind of thing. Either way, we've unlocked everything for the garage, at least. We still have a few upgrades to get in our leveling up tree. Which, yeah. I'm not too worried about the auction thing. Either way. You probably noticed there's already a car inside the paint shop. And that's because I've had this thing sitting here for a little bit. I fixed up everything else on the car that was needed for it. The guy needed brakes, exhaust, fixing body parts. And he also wanted me to paint it with the factory color, which I was unable to do because I didn't have the paint shop yet. But now I do. And the factory color is white, so we're going to paint this guy white. Paint the car. Pearl, matte. I guess metallic, since glossy is not an option. Leave the nice stripes. Okay, I can't use the quick colors thing, which is stupid. L1, set factory. He wanted it set factory, so there you go. We got her the nice factory white. And that is now completed. Everything's done. So let's move the car back to lifter B. Don't know why it had to go and close the doors on me. This car, it's basically a BMW M3, or it's a 3 anyways. It's called in the game FMW Panther. Yes. I had a lot of stuff that I replaced on this thing. I've already gotten it done. And I was also supposed to replace all these body panels. The thing didn't even have a hood. Didn't even have one of the headlights. I had to replace the front bumper, the back bumper, I think both of the tail lights. I had to get a hood on it because it didn't even have one. This guy hasn't asked me to paint the car, but I think this is a story car, I believe. It says, "Yo, dude, I need to get rid of my car and I need you to make it pretty. You know, people like shiny things, so make it shine. It's almost brand new, so there's not much to do. You can do it." There wasn't much to do. When I opened the hood, the entire engine was rust. The brake pump was rust. The ABS parts were rust. The air intake was all crappy. The battery needed replaced. The radiator and cooling stuff needed fixed. I took the entire engine apart. I took the entire front suspension, the entire rear suspension apart. I replaced the dude's rims because they were kind of rusty. One of them in particular was just nothing but rust. I went through... This thing is probably the best car I have ever finished. If you look at the top here, You have global body condition, global parts condition, frame condition, and interior condition. They're all in the 90% range at least. This thing is it's in such good condition. And most of it, I was able to repair most of the parts that I took off of the car. Most of the engine stuff, the suspension pieces, I was able to repair that stuff, most of it anyways. There was only a couple of pieces that I had to replace. Anyways, this car's done, but I don't know. Where's my welder at? Here's my welder. Move that over to B. And let's use it to fix $1,000. And that just, yeah, got rid of all the rust. The frame condition is now 100%. The interior could use some work. Body condition, parts condition. I do not yet have the ability in my skill perk tree or whatever it is to fix body panels. So I wouldn't be able to fix the body panels that I didn't already replace. I'd only be able to just replace them. And I think the hood was one of them, but I've still made sure this thing's nice. So move it back. I could use the thing to clean the interior. Where's that at? There's an interior thing here somewhere. Interior detailing. Lifter B. Fix up the interior. $100 to fix up the interior. Now the interior's at 100%. Yeah. His interior doesn't really need it. 2%. It's probably not worth it to do. Move that to number C, or letter C. Fix up the interior on the Mustang. Now stick it back. Welder, move to C. Oh. Well, that just fixes up the frame. Apparently it doesn't fix the body pieces. That's okay, though. We got the interior and the framework done. Oh, right. I was going to take this to the paint shop and paint all those new body pieces that I put on it this nice kind of dark red color to match the rest of the color, or the rest of the car. So, paint the car. No liveries. Set current. I guess it's set current. So that nice dark red. Very nice. Oh yes. Very nice. Move her back over to lift A. Okay. So this guy should be very happy with what I've done with his car. It's very nice. That one's done. This one's also done. Okay. Now we haven't even started the Mustang over here yet. While I'm at it here, let me get some more cars. I've encountered this glitch in the game. Sometimes when a order reaches 1 second left, it won't clear itself off like it's supposed to. Just barely made it on that guy. Another Daytona. I had one a little bit ago, but it was pretty nice. Move that guy over to A. Got somebody in the chat. How's it going, folks? Put this guy at B, and then we can take 2 more. I think we can take 2 more. Ooh, a Challenger. No more space. Really? Okay, so we've got a Viper, a Daytona Charger, and we got the Mustang. What's wrong with the Mustang here? Transmission, paint, and damaged body parts. We got the trunk, a tail light, side mirror, and a right body window A. So a right body window A, which is this guy. The trunk and the left tail light. And the left side mirror. Sure you don't want me to replace the door and the fender and the other fender and the other door? Because they're all looking to be pretty damn nasty. And again, I don't yet have the ability to fix body panels, so... Anyways. Let's clear out the body shopping list here. That guy, and that guy. Yeah, it's a Mustang, but they gave it Nissan Skyline tail lights for some reason. Body shop. Shopping list. Salem Spectre. And I do need to remember to be careful because there's the Salem I'm getting tongue-tied. Salem Spectre Fastback, which is the classic Mustang. We don't want those parts. We want the ones for the new Spectre. Okay, that's the fastback trunk. Okay, now we need right body window A. There was a left side mirror, a left tail light. There was a, okay, right body window A, and the trunk. I believe that was everything. Assemble mode. Put the mirror on. The trunk. The tail light. And the body window. And that's everything there. Paint it with the factory color, which is blue, and then we got a bunch of transmission stuff. Oh, the motor actually looks to be pretty clean. Everything's all pretty nice in there. We can't get it to starter from without lifting it up, so okay. We're gonna take her up on the lift. This job actually seems to be fairly easy. Yank the starter and the drive shaft. Then we'll yank the tranny. Yes, by the way, I am saying these things on purpose just to sound funny. Yeah, everything underneath here looks pretty bad. Now, is there anything we can actually fix? Because sometimes we can actually fix these parts. Although they did look like they were pretty far gone, so... Okay, well we can fix the drive shaft, but that wasn't anything we needed to fix. And the starter. So, we're actually going to have to replace the entire transmission setup. Okay. So, back into here, out of the body shop and into the normal shop. Gearbox, clutch plate, pressure plate, release bearing, flywheel, and it was probably a V8, probably that V8 gearbox. Let's just go with that. Part mount. Clutch plate, pressure plate, and then the release bearing. You back it on up there, slick. Fresh gearbox. And the starter. And the drive shaft we even fixed up for him. Okay, there's your gearbox problems fixed. Real quick. Okay, now we need to take it and paint it. And it's going to be blue. Move to the paint shop. Oop. And it's going to be factory. Well, there's your factory paint shop, or paint job. Yep, she done. 21 grand for doing that, when I only spent $59.86. Wow. Move it back to lifter C. I like how you move it back to the lifter without opening the door somehow. Okay, well that's a done deal. And inventory. I've got some parts here that I've gotten as gifts from people, you know, the crates that they give you sometimes. Okay. Let's get the next story mission in here, I guess. Those, I think, give the most experience, because they usually need you to do the most stuff. Oh yeah, and I've got up over 200 grand in the bank, so I'm probably going to be going to some barns during this episode to see about possibly buying some project cars. I've got a couple already in my parking garage. I haven't yet expanded the parking garage though, so. Oh wow, this thing has a friggin' laundry list. Engine powers failed, cannot be started. Change the engine oil and filter. Replace timing related parts. Suspension rattling. Find and fix running gear problems, which is also suspension stuff. Gearbox, gearbox, gearbox. A lot of gearbox stuff. Okay, so basically we're going to have to yank apart most of the friggin' engine. I can see a lot of rust on the suspension pieces. Oh yes, the transmission. The fuel rails look like crap. Ooh, the throttle is kind of nasty. Take off the fuel filter. Man, if you're gonna have a friggin' nice car like this, why would you let it go into such bad condition? Okay, well underneath here looks okay. The cams look to be okay. coils. We're gonna end up having to get new coils. Probably just replace the spark plugs. Under here looks pretty nice. Okay, that exhaust is fine. Okay, we got a bad belt tensioner here. That guy's not so nice. Okay. Idle roller. The water pump pulley and the water pump itself look to be pretty bad. Go ahead and yank those guys. We're gonna have to go ahead and just go ahead and yank off everything on the front dress. It's a shame you can't fix these idler rollers. Get the timing cover off of there. And we'll take the two timing belts off. They don't look to be too good. These cam gears and the cam shafts all look to be pretty nice. So we probably won't have to replace those. But we're going to have to yank them off so we can get at the pistons. Oh, right, to get the thing off, we got to take off the manifolds. And we're going to go ahead and yank just pretty much anything, everything. Ooh, pistons actually look good. All 8 of them, too. Well. Oop, hold on. Oh, no. Your ABS stuff looks to be good. Okay. Okay, the air filter stuff looks bad, though. Probably got a bad air, bad air filter. I'm just going to take all of that off. And check the battery too. Okay. Oh God. I know a lot of these parts don't really need to be repaired because they're already really good quality. But I like making sure people get stuff fixed up real good. Oh, so we found a bunch of stuff here. Bad ignition coils, fuel filter, air filter cover, the air filter itself and the base, the throttle, the fuel rails. Okay, so we're going to replace all of the ignition coils, all of the spark plugs, so 8 in total of each. The timing parts, and then the suspension stuff, and the transmission. So as far as engine goes, we're already done. We just need to put everything back on. Okay, got that one. Put the servo back on. Put the intake back on. The throttle. The two fuel rails. Oop. Stupid cursor's moving too fast. But it's either that, or it moves too damn slow. Get the camshafts back on. The cam gears cannot be fixed. However, they didn't really need to be fixed. Exhaust manifolds. Get those back on there. Put the base back on now that we fixed it. We do need a new air filter because you can't fix those. That guy, the cover, and the clips. We even managed to fix the clips. Okay. Got the radiator fixed, and the fan housing and fans. Very nice. Alternator fixed. Power steering pump. The belts are in pretty crap condition and we can't fix them. So we need timing belts. Actually, let's just go ahead and look for belt. Because we need a belt tensioner as well, I think. And then timing belts, V8, those guys. Okay. There you go. And then we got the timing cover fixed up. It wasn't all that bad condition anyways. Most of these idler rollers were okay, so we don't really need to worry about replacing those. The crankshaft pulley was at 80%, but still not bad. Okay, we're gonna need a new water pump. Water pump. And that's going to be a V8. That guy, and probably the pulley as well. Yep, the pulley as well. Okay. Serpentine belt's okay. That one's also okay. Last idler roller. And the belt tensioner, which we did actually have to replace. And that should be everything on the front end. Okay. that guy fixed. Okay, we need the ignition coils and spark plugs. Spark plugs. We also need to take the battery over and get it charged up. Okay. Okay. Plug. Plug. Okay. Okay, real quick, let's go charge the battery. It's at 97%. I think that's going to be everything under the hood. So far. Oh, the ABS stuff I forgot to put back in. Oopsie. Alright. Now we've just got suspension and transmission. See, I think the battery's probably done by now. It's at 100. Yep. Cool. Pop the battery back in there. Now we don't have to friggin' buy new batteries. We can just recharge the ones the cars come with. Okay. All the way up. And it's suspension stuff and transmission. Okay. Okay. Ear was itching. Okay, got the starter off now. Yank the drive shaft. Oops. Damn it, this ear is still itching. I think it's a V8 transmission as well. I need a fuel filter to put in. V8 transmission. We even fixed up the starter for him. Okay, so the fuel filter... Yeah, the old one was kind of nasty. Okay. Well, we also need a V8 oil filter. The yellow guy. Okay. Yeah. Nice new oil filter on there. And now, suspension. This is pretty much the suspension, that's it. Yeah, we're gonna have to take off all of this. And there's the bearing and the hub. Knuckle cover actually looks to be in decent shape. We're gonna have to buy some more rubber bushings. But we always do, so that's not surprising. Okay. This lower arm actually looks to be pretty good shape. Sway bar, not so much though. Come on. And the steering rack. Okay. Fresh bushings for the cross member. Okay, now apparently there was a bunch of parts that were too far gone that we couldn't fix. So, let's go in here. Oh, hold on. Oh, nothing in the parts list yet. Okay, 2 hub bearings. Tie rods. The sway bar. And we've also got the suspension double wishbone shocks. We'll have to get those made up. Front shock should be cap. And then we use front springs and then double wishbone. Okay. Okay. Steering rack was repaired. Okay, we didn't get the knuckles either, no. The sway bar was trashed. Not what I meant. Okay, so sway bar, I believe that was B. Yes. We need 2 front steering knuckle C. Front steering knuckle C. Oh. Man, this thing moves way too fast. Okay, no suspension arms. Okay. We're also gonna need sway bar front end link B. Front wheel hub. Wheel hub. Wheel. 2 bearings and 2 caps. Brake parts. Two ventilated. 2 pads. We should have the calipers. So calipers are usually fixable. Okay. Now we need upper suspension arms. Suspension arm. I think 2 of those. more rubber bushings. Tie rod bars. And that should be everything on that one. Put the wheel back on. That side's done. Okay. Have the knuckle. Tie rod. Bearing. Cap. I need okay. Rubber bushings. And a lower suspension arm, or bottom suspension arm, however it is. Why it just won't. Bottom suspension arm. And the shock. And that guy. And the wheel, which is actually in pretty damn good shape. Okay. Suspension in the, well, on the right side, or at least I think this is the right side. This side actually looks to be pretty good. The other side, on the other hand, looks to be pretty damn bad. Yeah, we got some bad parts. So let's yank the wheel here. Okay, the rear drive axle is bad. Hub bearing. Crap. Okay. Shock absorber cap, rear spring, spring cap. The rest of that all looks to be, but the brake caliper and cylinder. So the rest of them pieces are all going to need to be replaced. Okay, so we got a rear shock A. Let's just look for rear. Rear shock A. Rear shock absorber cap. Rear spring. There was something else. Oh great, now my internet connection is going out. Don't know why. The rear suspension upper arm. That guy. That guy. That guy. drive axle. Was it A or B? Just B. Just A. Not even A, just rear drive axle. That guy freshened up. Ooh, need more bushings. Don't care if it's too many, we'll use them up eventually. Wait a minute. Was that a red one? Why the hell was it red? A small. What the hell? Okay. That guy. The spring cap. That was the other part we needed. FP spring. Cap. New one of them. We got the spring itself. And we got the shock absorber cap. New shock. Bushing that goes in there. And I believe that's everything. Change the oil. Oop, there's a part not discovered yet. Something in the rear. It's probably a bushing. Okay, so the cross member here. Oh yeah, this bushing looks bad. %. That one looks okay. This is why it's easier to get at these things when you have the wheels off. Okay, well, it's a good thing we bought plenty of new bushings. They're always important. All 4 brand new, 100%. Rubber bushing. Everything's coming up done. Believe we're done. Nothing left that I forgot to put back on. Oh, but I did need to drain the oil and fill it back up. So I actually need to take it back up. already replaced the filter. Guess they just wanted us to drain the oil and replace it, not really. Although I think I did replace the filter. Oil filled up. Getting close anyways. Ah, boy. Oop. Okay, change the oil and filter. Okay. Short-shotted it. Okay. Nobody's been giving me crates for a while. Don't know why. Okay. Oh, I want that charger in my garage. Or not charger, Challenger. Or maybe it's supposed to be a Camaro. No. No, that's definitely a Challenger. Oh, man. Holy crap, this thing. Guessing they're gonna want me to put the fender on, the front bumper, the other fender. I don't know if it's missing anything else. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Jersey, huh? Okay. Change oil and filter. Engine power has failed. Filters need replacing. Air filter V8 OHVE. Air filter V8 OHVE. Oh, so it's got one of those oval shaped ones. Okay. And then the rest of the filters. Fuel is universal. And oil will probably be the OHV. Which I'm not seeing it anywhere on here. There it is. No, it's just a regular V8, actually. That guy. Okay, so... I got a couple of weird carburetor things here I've never seen before. Okay. No. The ignition distributor can't be fixed, and neither can the rotor. But we fixed the coil. I'm actually going to have to yank that distributor. And I'm probably going to have to yank this stuff again. Couldn't fix that. Air filter cover, OHVE, and the base. We've got the filter already. And it doesn't even have a frickin' screw to lock it down. Okay, so we need the ignition distributor, that guy, and the rotor. And the cap could not be fixed either. We also couldn't do the wires. We got the clips fixed though. V8OHVD. Okay. So with those things fixed, and the fuel filter replaced, okay. Let's use our tools here to fix, or to diagnose what could be wrong with the car. All that stuff I just fixed, aside from the fuel pump, we can actually fix the fuel pump. The battery can be recharged if it's bad. The starter, the alternator. Compression test. I think other than that, yeah, I can't do the OBD. Could do the tire tread, but we're not really. Okay. Power has failed, which we've already fixed. Replace the filter, change the oil. Starter, brakes, and body parts. Okay, so it looks like we're done under the hood. Where's the friggin' alternator at? I6B. Huh. Well, whatever. We need to do the oil. fresh filter. And then there was brakes to do as well. So... oh boy. Repair the calipers. Can only do one of the calipers for some reason. Put the wheel back on. One lesson I have learned is that to always do the both fronts and both rears separately, because I've learned that sometimes the people who bring you the cars, they'll have different size wheels in the fronts from the backs. So yeah, you want to make sure you put the same wheels back on the back that were on there in the first place, and the same ones that were on the front for the front. Okay. Now, if I'm not too badly mistaken, you can't fix the drums. You can only fix the cylinders. In this case, I'm only fixing one shoe. Wow. Okay. So... 2 drums, 1 shoe, and both cylinders. Okay. I think I just realized I already had a cylinder somewhere. Okay. I need to refill the oil. I need to replace body parts. There's also something wrong with the car not starting. Well, the starter looks fine. It's a spark plug or... Now, it wouldn't be spark plug because I use the thing that checks the spark plugs. So either that starter... No, it's really not that bad shape. Wires we already did. Okay, well, bring it down. We gotta replace body panels anyway, so might as well get it down. Fix body parts. Left door, left fender. The trunk, and the right tail light. And then left and right body window A, so that's the back ones. Okay. Something wrong with the car not starting. Okay, yank the wires. One spark plug. It was one. Well, you're getting all new spark plugs. Brand new plugs. Wires back on. And that was it for that. Now I just need to fill the oil. Where's the oil fill plug? Here it is. And I like how the game just assumes that all cars take the same kind of oil. Which is crap, because they don't. Okay. Now that was everything aside from the body panels so far. Maybe if I use the interior detailing. Did I already do the interior of these cars? I think I might have. I didn't do it on that one. Or that one. Hoping that would get me the experience I need to get the next perk thing, so I can just repair the body pieces that I took off of this thing and not have to buy new ones. It's not gonna happen though. Okay, clear off the parts notes. Inventory. Body. Body shop. Tempest Magnum. That's a Magnum for you. Okay. We need the left fender and door. And also the left door window. Body window A for both sides. So that's that one. That's that one. Left side mirror. Trunk and right tail light. And I believe that's everything. Assemble mode. Put on the fender, the door, the mirror, window, that window, the trunk, the tail light, and the other window. There. So, we got all that stuff. Everything is good. Move the car into the paint shop. We're going to paint it that nice green color. R1 current livery. I think it was the red stripes. Yeah, must have been. There you go. All nice and new, aside from some nasty rust. Move back to B. Alrighty, she's done. There you go. Oh boy. None of those are really all that exciting, so. Oh well. Okay, now we've already cleaned up the interior on this guy and the frame. I've got something unique for you. Together with a friend of mine, I have saved a little race car from the junkyard. Want to give it another chance at life, and I want to race this car on an actual racetrack. To do that, this little baby needs to run first, and this is where you come in. Do your best and make it really fast. I don't care how it looks, I just want it to go like, you know what. Repair or replace body parts, change oil. Okay, front bumper, left fender, right fender. Okay, what is this thing called? Elenti Callop. Elenti Callop. Okay. We need the front bumper, and we need the left fender and right fender. No. Assemble. Fender. Okay. So the rest of it doesn't matter. Oh, and we're still just barely short of the leveling up. Jeez. The wheels are going to need to be fixed or replaced because they're kind of shit. And there's also something with... Oh, this is one of those cars where the engine is in the friggin' back. Everything's reversed. Yeah. Well, let's do these things. those aren't so good. Check the tread, I suppose. Oh wow, those tires are just totally crap. Electronic meter. Battery's crap, okay. Go ahead and yank it. All that stuff is okay, although it's not really in the best shape. Three bad spark plugs and a sort of bad ABS module. Okay, well first of all, charge up the battery. And then, what all does he want me to do with it? Got the body parts. Change the oil, drain it out, and... okay. Brakes, ABS... those wheels are pretty crap. All of these things. I already took out the fuel pump. No, I didn't. We're going to take all of those out too. Man. Wow. I said this to myself earlier before I was doing the broadcast. But all these rust, all these things that are covered in rust, it really just looks like somebody just took a big diarrhea dump all over these things. It's just nasty. Your steering rack, your sway bar, and the cross member, and the knuckle. Everything from the front has been taken off. This is all that we can replace. We got a caliper cylinder, a front wheel hub, fuel pump. Wow. Out of all the stuff we took off of that thing, that's all we can replace. Might as do all the wheels at the same time, because we're going to have to replace all the rims because they all suck. The tires are all trash. Of course, if I'm replacing both the tire and the rim, I'm not even sure why I took the time to separate them. Although it is, okay, 205, 40, 18s. We've got 4. Okay. Rim Classic 13, 18-inch, ET0 on all 4 of them. And the tires are all 205, 40, 18s. Okay, so the rims and tires are all the same. I can actually fix that rim. Well, that saves me one that I have to buy. I got a skill point. Repair body parts now. Yes. I have to get that one. Lame. Ugh. Those aren't in the worst shape, but they're not really in the best shape either. Okay, so anyways. We need rims, and it was Rim Classic 13. So, this guy right here. No, damn it, inventory. 18-inch rims, ET0, so 18-inch. And I need 3 of them, 18-inch ET0. And then we need tires. And I don't remember what kind of tire they were. Probably Sport. Yes. Sport 205 40 18. Sport 18 205 40s. And we need 4 of them. Alright. Install rim, tire, good. Oh my god, this stupid thing. If you could just sit there without carving me up. Balance on. One more to balance. Oh yeah. Look at customization. Floor A. B. Oh. Oh, we can have different colors for the gates. Rusty and nasty. Oh, that one over there. Okay. Gate D is probably in those cabinets. Ah, okay. Office. Is there a camera that gets closer to it? Column A. Okay. Car lifter A. Not really a whole lot of options. Stains. Oh. Option 8 appears to be clean mostly. Garbage. Oh, different crap. And it's none or some. Floor A. Ooh. Can I just get like a nice clean white floor? Checkered. Some interesting patterns. Wood, which that doesn't seem right in a garage. Oh. So the little outlines around these little, like, grates. Drain grates. You can change the color of the grates themselves. Black or white. Or gray, I don't know. Wall A. Make it brick. Oh, I gates. So there. Now we have a nice, new, updated look to our garage here. I think it looks good. Anyways, we got wheels to balance. Oh, that was the last one. Okay. So, let's finish yanking stuff from the rear end of this car. Oops. Most of this stuff actually looks to be decent. The battery's probably charged by now. Ooh, hello, I see some. Oh, that's the brake caliper. Oops. Well, since these things aren't in too bad a shape, I might actually be able to repair them. So let's run quick over to our workbench here. Repair bench. Okay, we got most of the stuff repaired pretty well here. Okay. So I'm trying to remember what all... It seems like it's mostly just... And there's a couple of parts not... Right, the tires and the rims, we got those fixed up. The battery, that reminds me. She's been on the charger for a while. She's at 100. Cool. I just tore the entire front and rear suspension of this car apart, so... Okay. Go ahead and put stuff back on. So knuckle housing. Oh, we're probably going to need new bushings. I actually had a good one of those guys laying around. But we need bushings. And I think we also need spark plugs. Don't know. Let's just go with 10 for right now. The shocks, I'm gonna have to either rip those apart and figure out if I can actually repair them. Wheel hub. Bearings. Need 2 new brake discs. And probably 2 ventilated for the front. Did I? No, I don't have anything done on the front. Yeah, okay. So means I probably need all 4 pads. Okay. Disc. Pads. Nope. We need a new caliper. Apparently we need forces. Rear drive axle. I've actually got a good one of those I can give the dude. The rear shock. I'm gonna have to take all of those apart. Take those apart and we'll see if we can fix the parts. They're not in too bad a shape. Oh. Oh, man. Now let's see if we can... No, we can't fix any of those parts. Okay, so that's kind of sad. Inventory. Suspension. I think some of this stuff was from the charger that I did. Or maybe it wasn't, I don't know. Okay, so here's... Okay, so... we need 2 rears, 2 fronts, and then the front and rear caps. Shock. Double wishbone shock. Rear shock cap. Front shock cap. I think I may have bought something wrong here. Oh, I bought the double wishbones for the front. I should have bought them for the rear. Front shock A. Front shock absorber A. Double wishbone rear shock. Okay. The double wishbones for the front. We don't need those. Now we need front springs and rear springs. So I'm just going to look for spring. 2 fronts, 2 rears. There. Now we should be able to use this guy to front A, front spring, front shock. Oh yeah, the double wishbone in the rear. Very nice. And I believe that's it for this side. And we got new wheels and tires. Okay, now, other side. We got our knuckle. We got upper guy. We got lower guy. We got our shock. Knuckle cover. Wheel hub. Bearing. Drive axle. Disc brake. Heads. Calipers. And then the wheel. And then there's the stuff in the front. The cross member we could not fix. Front cross member B. Front. Cross member B. Front suspension cross member B. Oh, wow. Put the battery back in. We fixed the fuel pump. What kind of sway bar is this guy? Just a regular front sway bar. Okay. Okay. We have good bushings. So I think we're going to have to end up buying a few more. And number 4. Okay. Okay, 2 front steering knuckle A. Front steering knuckle A. 2 of those guys. Dang it. Stop being a bitch and moving on me. There's your knuckle. We got the shocks remade. Sway bar, front end link A. A. Okay, how about the lower arm? Nope. You figure after I have searched this same thing, I don't know how many times, it's lower suspension arm? Yes. 2 lower suspension arms. We're gonna need some more rubber bushings. 4 should be enough, because there's only just the lower arm on each side. We need tie rods. 2 of those each. And then put the outer over here. I got front axle knuckle. Front axle knuckle cover. 2 of those. Front wheel hub, we've got those. I don't know about the bearings though. We've got those. Not caps though. Wheel hub caps. Ventilated brakes. Pads. Calipers. And I think that's everything for this side. So put the friggin' tire on. And we should be able to put everything in the front. Or on this side too. Knuckle. Suspension. Lower arm. Sway bar guy. Tie rod. Outer tie rod. Knuckle cover. Wheel hub. The fucking bearing. And the hubcap. The brake pieces. And the wheel. Now, okay, spark plugs and parts not discovered. ABS module, something else. So we need to get, oh, we need to lower the thing and open the friggin' trunk so we can get at the motor. We're gonna take the engine cover off. Oh, that's just great. Yank the ABS module and the ABS pump. And we need to yank spark plugs, which we gotta get the coils off first. What in the hell is all of this? What is this monstrosity? Why is this thing so complicated? Okay, well the air filter looks like it's pretty crap. So we're gonna have to take off the dang clips. Okay. That was weird. Okay. Okay, now, just a regular air filter. $11 air filter. And the cover is fixed. clips. We'll put those guys back on. See, I came across another car that had a different type of air filter cover on it, where it actually bolts down. That is so much simpler than this stupid crap with the damn clips that you have to take off. Okay, so we got the air filter fixed up. We've got ignition coils and spark plugs that we need to replace. Plugs. And the ABS pumping module. We also need to drain the oil, which I really wish I'd have remembered to do. We got the body pieces, change the oil. Okay, so let's get plugs. And didn't I already buy plugs? I do. I have 4 new plugs, but that's not enough because there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's actually 6 of them, so I need 2 more plugs and 6 coils. Two plugs and 6 coils. So this is some kind of a 6-cylinder motor. V6B. There's a thermostat on it. V6B. There's 3 timing covers on it. Holy crap. That's just retarded. Okay. Get your nice new spark plugs and ignition coils. I need to drain the oil and put new in because I haven't bothered doing that yet. And after I get that done, I'll be done with the car. Close the trunk. Oh, actually don't close the trunk and don't put the engine cover back on. Since we have to drain the oil. Oh, yeah, take it all the way up. Move over to C. Drain the oil. Didn't seem to be a whole lot in there anyways. If I could find the friggin'... Oh, there's the oil filter. Actually looks to be in okay condition. And it wasn't specifically requested, so I ain't gonna bother. Where's the fill hole? Way in the back, which is just dumb. Put the engine cover back on. Close the trunk. I put the battery back in the thing. Fuel tank's in it, the radiator. The suspension is all... Ooh. Oops, no. Need an ABS pump. And module. It's a good thing I caught that. That's kind of cool. Carbon fiber. And there it is. Pump module. And we got the oil changed. It was on C. Alright then. She's all done. 23 grand. Body condition. I don't have yet. Oh, front license plate missing. I must have accidentally sold the damn thing. No, it never had one to begin with. Road rage. So that's R04D R4G3. And it just appears to be a standard license plate. It's nothing special. License plate standard. Yep. Not in the greatest condition. See if we can repair it, maybe? Doubtful, but we'll see. Nope. Balls. I bet it counts as a body panel, so you can't. Until you get the one perk that lets you do it. So, standard road rage. Assemble. Put it on there. License plate shop. Standard. Customize. R04D space R4G3. Was that what it was? Yes. Oh. Okay. Put that guy on there. Now then. Dunzo. Alright. We fixed up the interior and the frame on this guy. We got an exhaust manifold. And then transmission. Oh yeah, that manifold's bad. Yank it. one bad manifold. We got two bad manifolds. Can we fix either of them? No. Engine, two of those guys. Okay, back out of there into the main shop. We need two exhaust manifolds for a V8, which would be these guys right there. We also need gearbox parts, and I'll bet you the gearbox is also a standard V8. And we also have these two pipes here. Front exhaust pipe V8. Front exhaust pipe V8. Those, I think. Front exhaust pipe V8. Yep. Okay. And then I see an exhaust pipe. Okay. Yup. No, just don't take the oil pan off. I don't want to spill oil all over the place. Okay. Like always, nothing but garbo under the tranny. Clutch plate, flywheel. Anything we can fix. Drive shaft and the starter. That's about as much as I figured. That's why we bought everything else ahead of time. Release bearing. The V8 gearbox, just as I thought it was. And put the starter back on. And the drive shaft. Boy, this one was a lot quicker. And she should be done, I think. Loud exhaust. Gearbox, gearbox, gearbox. Yep, it's done. And we've got over 300 grand right now. Oh my god, yes. Done. There. Hey, we got a crate. rim, an engine block, and a intake manifold. Yeah. Okay. Okay, well. See, I kept a bunch of my better quality pieces because I thought I might be able to use them on some of my jobs, you know, the customers, that things like that. So I hung on to the pieces that seemed like would be, you know, they'd actually be needed. But I've got so many things. I got rims, I've got engine pieces, I've got suspension pieces. Okay. I do very much like the new look of the garage that I gave it. I like it very much. It's just a shame that there were no purple options, so I kind of had to go with blue. Okay. I was gonna go ahead and go do some barn finds. Let's go do some barn finds. Haven't done any of those in a while, and I've got like 5 or 6 or 80 different barn maps in my inventory that I can't use because my map is full. It's at its capacity of barn locations. So if I want to use any of those maps, I have to use some of the barn finds. They always take so long. There we go. Oh, this is a chieftain. Do I already have one? And then the other one is I'm not sure. I don't know if I have a chieftain. But I know I want one. Buy the car and put it in parking. I'm not interested in the other car. But let's check through the piles of junk. You can find stuff. Camshaft that's in pretty damn good quality. You can find body parts for cars that you may want. I found a couple of parts for Mazda part. Because I do plan on doing drag slicks. I do plan on doing one of the Mazda. It's an RX-7, I think. I found a hood for it. And then you can usually find a crate. It's a shame that for this game they did not include the the DeLorean, because in one of the versions of the Car Mechanic Simulator game, they actually had the DeLorean, and it wasn't just like, oh, the knockoff car. No, they had the real thing. It was actually DeLorean DMC branded and everything, and I believe they also had all the parts necessary to actually make it into the Back to the Future DeLorean with all the, you know, the time travel parts and everything, which is just sick as hell. Open up the crate. We got 2 gearboxes and a rear drive axle. Gearbox B V8 OHV. Huh. I should actually go to my parking. Okay, I have a DC Typhoon. Don't know what that is. The Bolt Atlanta is the El Camino. Oh, I already had a Chieftain TBX, but the one I just got was a TBX 2C, which must be a different version. I have a Salem Flamo, which is the Gremlin. Tempest Magnum Flatface Proto, which is the Dodge Charger Daytona, but it doesn't have the nose cone on the front. That's why it's flat face. A Mazda RX-3, and the Chieftain TBX 2C. So is it loading that car into the garage, or am I going out to the parking? It must be loading it in. Yeah. This one's actually in pretty good shape. Missing a fender. The wheels are kind of crappy. Exit to parking. Load the other Chieftain in. I want to see what the difference is between the two of them. Body style is pretty much the same. So, I don't really know. We got TBX, TBX. Move this one to lifter A, and the other guy to lifter B. The least I can do right now for these guys is do the interior on them. And the welding as well. Clean these guys up. What the hell is in the damn way? And put them back. Okay. Oh Lord, all the parts that we do not know. Body panels. It's missing a right fender. So a front right fender for the Chieftain. Is it Tane or... Oops, shit. Chieftain TBX. Okay. And it should be the right fender. No, there's no other versions of it. They're all the same here. So put that guy on there. And that completes the body on that one. This one's kind of an ugly color, so I may end up... See, I don't mind the... the blue color on this one, it's fine. But that weird beige... the weird beigeish brown... See, the green color would be better, but I don't think we're going to go with that. Okay, let's go ahead and get the thing all painted up to match here. And just go with current factory. It's the same either way, so I'm gonna do matte, pearl, chameleon, chrome. Seriously, there's no glossy option. Also do liveries. Ooh. A couple of stripes. That's like a weird fade. Oh no. It's striped, but it's lopsided. Yeah, that one's actually not too bad, although let's go with that. There you go. So there, we got us a nice painted up. Yeah. Put her back on A. And give me this guy. Don't know if we're going to go with any liveries on this one. Probably not. No. Black. And it is matte black. Not pearl, not chameleon, not chrome, not metallic. Matte black. There you go. Yeah. Put that back on B. Oh boy. We're gonna have to do something about everything under the hood. And I do mean everything. Yank the battery. The radiator. Okay. Alright, we need to yank the stupid clips. See, what I have in mind for this car, this is the matte black one, yes. What I have in mind for this car, if you can't already tell, the Chieftain TBX in this game looks very much like the classic Pontiac GTO Judge. The body style is almost identical. The front grille, it's all very, very close. So if you've been following my channel for long enough, you probably know I love me some movie references. And I'm also a big fan of The Punisher. way back about 2004, 2005. I'm not sure which year it was. Somewhere in that time area period. They did a Punisher live-action movie starring Thomas Jane. Either way. He played Frank. And in that movie, he had I believe it was matte black, Pontiac GTO Judge. I think it was, what, a 69, or... I'm not sure which year model it was. Oh yes, we've got push rods and rocker arms. This is going to be a pain. The V8 OHV block is probably fine. But what I intend to do is put a supercharger on it with the big blower on top. Now the thing is, I don't know if you can actually leave the hood on the car if you have that on the engine, because with the supercharger and the blower it sits too high and the hood would come down further, and you can't just buy a custom hood with a cutout, you know, with a hole for the blower to stick out, which, you know, would be the sensible thing to do. No, you have to do a whole bunch of other crap to, well, basically you just have to take the hood off and leave it off. Okay, take off the chain, the cam gear, and the rest of that we have to get from underneath. Okay, so let's start yanking rocker arms. Some of these are actually not too bad, but most of them are pretty nasty. But we will try to fix up what we can and replace what we cannot fix. Come on. Zoom in a little bit here so we got a better... Yeah. Now I don't know what I'm going to do with the other Chieftain. Ooh, wow, those pistons look bad. This is the TBX2C. That's good. I actually want that version to be the one that's... the one that I make into the Punisher car. Okay. Engine head. Zoom in a little bit here. Yank the rockers. This stream is probably already over 2 hours or so, and I'm going to keep going because... I want to get this thing at least partially fixed up. At least want to get the engine out and see how much of it I can actually fix. Okay, there's the last push rod. Take off the head. It was actually missing an exhaust manifold on this side. So, I'm going to have to get a new one of those. Or maybe find one in the junkyard. In the junkyard or in a barn find. Or hell, I might actually have one in my inventory. Yeah, we're going to have to take stuff off. The wheels need to be fixed up. The tires are probably crap. Oh, she's actually missing an oil pan, and I'm guessing it doesn't have any oil in it either. Well, it's also missing a crankshaft bearing cap. Well, I suppose that's what happens when you find a car in a barn. missing a rod cap. At least one. There's another rod cap missing. Okay, well that's, I believe, everything from down here that we need to get out of the way. So I go back to the top, yank the pistons, and we can, well, tell you what here. Yeah, take the starter off. Take the transmission off. We can get all that stuff out of the way so we can get the crank. Might actually be able to fix some of this stuff. Might. Well, the clutch plate seems to be okay, and the flywheel maybe. Okay, bring her back down. Okay. Pistons. Up. See, the thing is, I'm not sure if I actually will be able to just put the supercharger on the, is that a camshaft? There's also a cam in the motor. I did not know that. Well, we can take that guy out. And that frees up the block. Pretty much the entire suspension is going to have to be gutted and either repaired or replaced. The rear end, all the exhaust bits, brakes, tires and rims, they're all bad. See what we can repair here. The engine block is in pretty bad shape. And we fixed it up quite a bit. Okay, we got that fixed. The air filter I'm not going to need because if I do the supercharger it won't be going back on. That broke. Now we're going to have to replace both exhaust manifolds. The transmission we're actually going to be able to fix. The distributor rotor, rod caps, radiator fan. Clutch plate, yeah. Oh, and I broke the brake, what's it called? Servo. Okay, so we replaced most of everything that we took out. Now, main shop, engine, V8 OHV. Is that a 6 or a G? I think it's a G. V8 OHV, plain V8, which would be the newer model like V8, like the newer cars have. V8 OHVC, and that's all the V8s. Okay. We got head covers, we got, oh, there's exhaust manifolds. Which were the ones that I broke? Those guys. OHVG manifolds look kind of like monster truck ones. Of course, you could probably use any of these. I mean, no, we don't need to replace the fuel pump because we can repair those. Fuel filter, though, probably need to get one of those. Where's the super... Here we go. We've got intake manifold. Supercharger stuff, I suppose, would be further down since it goes alphabetically. The rocker arms were all mostly junk, and I don't remember fixing any of them, so we're going to have to get all of those. And we got belts, starters, intercoolers. There's a supercharger. V8 OHV. Supercharger V8. Supercharger intake manifold. V8 OHV. And just a V8 intake manifold. So I would probably, since it's a V8 OHV motor, I would probably need that intake manifold and the supercharger and the other stuff that goes on top of it. And I'm not even really sure if I'd be able to do this and make it work with the V8 OHV G 392 Hemi. We got valve push rods. And I didn't see the blower anywhere, although that might have been just me being blind. Well, we got the block fixed. And we got a fuel filter. And we fixed up the ignition thing. Fixed up the radiator. The servo got fucked up, so we're gonna have to get a new one of those guys. It's a shame you can't put ABS stuff into older cars, because I would totally do that. See, what I really want to do with this game is not only like do engine swaps and things like that, but also drivetrain swaps, like transmissions, be able to make it like all-wheel drive, or take a front-wheel drive car and make it rear-wheel drive or something like that. I mean, it's like they have all the pieces, but it would be hard to, I don't know, make all the things with the, oh, the alternator got messed up. Crank in before I can put the pistons in. How about the cam? I can put the cam in, yeah? And we got her fixed up. And we got... Could not get the distributor fixed. One of those guys. We fixed up the rotor, though. And even the cap, I believe, yes. And I don't know about the clips, but I think we fixed those. Yes. Cam gear. V8 OHV, I believe. Yes. And then we're going to need a timing chain. Oh yeah, I took out the battery. Forgot to get it charged up. Yes, charge the battery. Oh boy. Right. Get the crank in there. And we've only got one bearing cap. And it's in really bad shape. So we need those guys. Crank, bearing caps. I think it's only 3. There we go. Yes. Only 3 of those guys. Ooh, how about an oil filter? Oil V8, and I think it's OHV. Yes. Black. Perfect. Fits the aesthetic of the car. Timing chain, V8 OHV. That one. Unless I was able to fix it. Ah. Ooh, I didn't get the transmission stuff yet. No, wait, I think I fixed the clutch plate. Pressure plate, release bearing, flywheel. And I may have even fixed the... yes, we got the clutch plate. Pressure plate. Release bearing. And yes, we've got the transmission. And the starter was fixed. Okay. Oh god. The exhaust, the suspension. Oh, that's the other thing. It has leaf springs. I really do not like leaf springs. And I would really rather put something else in this thing if possible. See, I don't mind the double wishbones up front. That's fine. But those coil springs in the back are just crap. Oh, battery charged yet? It is. Oh. Oh, we can put the pistons in. But the pistons that I have are crap. Yeah. Okie doke. Pistons and piston rings. So, 8 of those guys. 8 of those guys. reminds me I'm going to have to buy an oil pan for this thing since it didn't have one when I got it. Okay. We got both heads. So we can put the heads on. We're going to need to get rocker arms and push rods. Does it have to be the intake manifold, or can I do something else? So I really don't want to do the intake manifold. Engine. It was the supercharger stuff was way towards the bottom. Right, V8 OHV. See, I may have already screwed myself. So yeah, it looks like it's already screwed, like I can't put the supercharger on there. Swap options. V8 OHV Hemi. Oh wait, V8 2-carb OHV supercharged. Okay, so how do I swap? Because that's what I'm trying to do here. I just want to swap the things. Crap. Well, let me see here something. I'm in engine. If I find the engine blocks, which I don't know where the hell they are. Aha, engine block. OHVG. Yeah, none of them say supercharged. Unless that's the OHVC or G. Reptilia supercharged. Weird. This one basically had the same thing going on in this motor. Nothing really. Charge up the battery real quick. Oh yeah, because it's pretty close to being dead. Well, damn. I really didn't want to have to put it back together the way it was originally. I wanted to put the supercharger on it. But I guess I don't really get that choice. I should probably sell off all the junk parts that I have. Put the intake manifold and the supercharger away. No, wrong button. This button. We need the intake manifold and the 2 carbs that I put in there a minute ago. Yeah, that and the intake and the other carburetor. A round air filter base. I don't know if that's maybe something I would want. Oh, I've already got a supercharger V8 OHV. Dang. Another round air filter base. Well, that's 1 carb. That guy. We need a new round air filter. Two carb, I believe. Yes. That guy, and then the cover. And she gets locked down. Well, and we're going to need 2 of the exhaust manifolds. For V8 OHV. Because it was missing one when we started, and we were only able to yank one of them off. And we botched repairing the damn thing and made it worse. We're also going to need spark plugs. Which reminds me, I'm going to go into my inventory here and just go ahead and sell all the junk that I wasn't able to fix. The push rods, the rocker arms. Speaking of, rocker, we need 16 of those, so 10, 6, and then we need push rods. And it should just be the regular push rods. 16 of those as well. And then we need 8 spark plugs. Okay. Shame you can't paint the motors, even though it's funny because when you look at the pieces it gives you a color and it always says they're white. It's a shame you can't paint them. on. Spark plugs. And the head cover we've got. I am at least going to get this engine done before I stop this stream. So, and I may even end up having to take this motor out of the car, because like I said, I really want to get that supercharger thing in there. See if I can make that work somehow. I'm going to have to see if I can figure out how it works. If I need a different engine block, or if I need other different things. How it works exactly. Alright, the head cover. And new spark plugs. Ignition wires on that we don't have. V8 ignition wires. I guess those were bad when we got them, and it just didn't. Oh, right. We have a chain that we can put on here. So I already got the chain. The timing cover was fixed. We put the water pump on, it was fixed. And we got a crankshaft pulley. No, we don't. And no water shaft pump pulley. Well, we can just look for pulleys. And that would be a V8 OHV crankshaft. And the water pump pulley. The supercharger water pump pulley is also something that we would need. I'll go ahead and buy them both, but it's not gonna... Okay, now we need belts. Okay, serpentine belt. Let's just look for belt. Serpentine belt B, V8 OHV. Probably need A as well. Stick that on there. And then A. And the fan, which I do believe we were able to fix. And that's the front. The radiator's already good, the battery's already good. The engine has been completely refurbished, rebuilt. All good, really nice. It's all nice and shiny and chrome and very nice. So that's the motor. I'll have to do the suspension and all the other stuff and the exhaust at another time. And I'm also going to try and figure out if I can get rid of those stupid leaf springs. Anyways, that's going to do it for right now, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've certainly enjoyed putting all these cars back together, fixing them up, especially this guy right here. I'm going to have fun with these project cars that I've got, especially some of the other ones. That Mazda 3 and the Gremmy, that one's going to be fun. I've got an El Camino. I'm going to be having fun with that one. I got to level up some more and unlock some more of these things. I don't have... What I really need is the body parts repair, the parking levels 50% off, faster walking, oh well, 50% off trips to junkyards and barns. That doesn't apply to me because there's actually an option in the game, in the options menu, where you can turn off the fees, and I've done that, so that doesn't apply to me. Discount in shops, well, that'll help. Instantly examine 20 parts when seeing a car for the first time. Order, barn, junkyard, or auction. Good to be lucky. Don't really know what that means, but I'm sure it'll be helpful. So I'm going to... I don't know, I may end up putting these two chieftains over here back into my parking garage and do some more jobs so I can level up and get the rest of those upgrades. Because once I can fix the body panels, I will probably just strip all the body panels off of this car, and especially this one, to get rid of that rust. The door's a little rusty, the bumper's a little rusty. We're going to have to get rid of those license plates, change them out for something better. Yeah. So anyways, as I mentioned, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Join us next time for more of Car Mechanic Simulator, and I will be seeing you next time for that. So thank you all, and good night.